We join the match with Steve leading by 2 frames to 1. He's ahead in frame 4. First, the 6 goes through. Paul opting to wear a bandana in this match. Commentary from Willie Thorne, Dennis Taylor.
Well, that'll help.
1. Eight. 9.
He's got a lot of margin for error with the next positional shot. Anywhere up past the blue spot to the black spot, and he's on a red.
13.
37. So just the red. It looks as if he may have to cannon into the black here, but as long as he pots the red, that's the main thing. Now he avoided the cannon. Well played.
14.
But once again, the knowledgeable crowd here at the Wembley Conference Centre know that that was the ball that left Paul Hunter needing a snooker. The black will make doubly safe of this frame. Good performance from Steve Davis here.
21.
He's been keeping fit as well, Willie. He hasn't been out jogging with you again, has he?
Yes, it was interesting to hear his pre-match interview with Parrott, saying he's to put a bit of work in to lose some weight, and Paul Hunter has had enough of this frame, and I think in fairness that's about a fair scoreline.
Steve turning back the years, but Paul won frame 5, helped by Steve failing to escape from a snooker. Steve is now a few points up in frame 6.
Well, he couldn't see enough of the yellow to swing it round to get a good cue ball. Just got to make sure of the pot here, Paul Hunter. At least then he'll have the upper hand on the green. Can he see enough of it to be able to just stop the cue ball where the green is? He needs to be able to hit it full ball. I don't think he can. He's already played it by now. This must be just off being able to see enough of this just to stun it in behind the blue. Oh, just about. That's a great shot. Well played. That was tough. If he could have hit it full ball, that would have been a very, very easy shot to play. The fact that he couldn't quite hit it full ball, he had to play the white on and off the cushion. That was an excellent. That's probably his best shot he's played in this match.
And this is difficult to hit. The fact that the green is out off the cushion, it would have to be so precise. Always a bit easier when the object ball's near a cushion. When it's out in the open like this, it's so difficult to hit. One cushion escape and, well, a few cushions escape.
Foul and a miss. Paul Hunter 5.
Referee calls a miss even though he was so close to it. But I think the interpretation of the rule there, Willie, is the referee's got to think, well, he can come off one cushion. The fact that he's played a couple of cushions, I think it's the right decision there.
Yeah, and the fact also that he left Paul Hunter in trouble as well. I think if it had been left him a pot, he might have not bothered calling the miss. Well, same shot. He's gone one side, then the other.
Foul and a miss.
So he's gaining an advantage here, so he's got to call the miss here because he's gaining an advantage from the shot. Well, this has been by far and away the longest frame of the match so far, just over 30 minutes. But it's been a strange frame and a massive frame, in my opinion, for Steve Davis. I think he's got it this time. Oh, he hasn't.
Foul.
Amazing.
And a miss.
Twice to the right of the green,
405.
once to the left.
See, as I mentioned earlier, they're so difficult to hit, Willie, aren't they, when they're not near a cushion.
Steve, yeah. Pull. Foul.
It's now 2-2 if it was a football
miss.
match. Twice he's missed it to the right of the green,
404.
twice he's missed it to the left. Which side do you favour this time, right or left?
Well, there's one thing for sure, the way things are going, he's going to need a snooker shortly. There's the difference, 17, so 2 more misses. It's just so difficult.
Foul.
And that's where the rule
Miss.
sometimes. He's doing his best now.
Paul Hunter, 4. Settle down,
So-
please.
If he misses this time, he'd only be able to tie.
.22 points given away, but on the important time he hit it, and deservedly so. This is not a straightforward safety shot. He'd be reluctant really to bring blue into play here, because at the moment he's 21 points in front, and where the blue is, it would be tough for Steve Davis to clear. Yeah, it's a clever little shot, that. Try and keep the blue relatively safe. That's fine. Oh dear, answers on a postcard what he's played there.
Didn't follow through, did he? He just stabbed at that one. That green should have been down on the side cushion. Not like Steve Davis to cue that badly.
3.
As you said, body blow. He's going to be all square at 3 each, and well, it could have been anything to score here.
Well, 2 frames that Paul Hunter has won. He's made a break of 32
7.
and 30. This frame, his highest break, I think, has been about 12. So 2 breaks above 30 only, and somehow he's 3-all. Unbelievable game.
Paul Hunter, 7.
Steve Davis stays seated.
Six. Seven. $14.
Poor positional shot. If that red doesn't pass the pink into the middle pocket, and the other one doesn't pass the blue, he's made it difficult for himself. He played for the red next to the black there. Yeah,
15.
Retrieved the situation. He seems to have quickened up a little bit here, so he's probably a little bit annoyed with himself. And sometimes Steve does this. He suddenly changes pace and plays much quicker.
22.
And doesn't think as much about it.
23.
Well, left himself the perfect angle here. He knows it's the right shot to go into them. Too bad.
30.
The one up into the ball pocket is hampered for the black, and the cut into the corner is not guaranteed to get a good cannon on the red to remain on the colour. Maybe able to get through the gap and play out for blue or bought colour. Yes, he's got just about through the gap. Oh, he's been fortunate there. Oh,
31.
Didn't play to kiss the first red. He thought there was a gap there to get through without kissing the red. Paul Hunter, I'm sure, must have felt that was going in off.
$36. $37.
Not cleanly into the pocket, but has an angle to be able to get onto choice of 3 reds here off this black.
$44. $45.
That was an excellent shot. Cannon onto the pink should be the choice here. Doesn't have to play it hard. When the balls are loose like this, you can play it at a nice pace. He doesn't have to play at the pace you normally do into the bunch. It's almost impossible not to be on a red if he just plays it at a normal pace. Well, he played it a lot harder than most players would have done. He's very unfortunate, but he shouldn't have played it that hard.
50. Steve Davis.
Well,
50.
he had to go for it. He forced himself. Once he got in to pack off the blue, he knows he can't refuse the pot, but it was a tough pot to take on. You'd expect him to knock it in. Paul Hunter is just not doing it at all. He nearly missed that. Brown or green, the way he's playing, not a certainty. Well, whatever he gets now, he deserves, because that was an excellent pot.
5.
Really did put all his eggs in one basket there. Under normal circumstances, the brown would have been straightforward for somebody of Paul's class, but the way he's been playing today, it wasn't.
$13. $14.
That's unlucky.
Paul Hunter, 14.
Got a heavy contact there. Shh. That wasn't Paul's fault. He got a slight kick with that. So that has cost him this frame. You can see the black straighten up here. just jumped slightly off the spot. But showing a great temperament there. That's been one of Paul Hunter's strong points. Always has had a great temperament. But that's the difference, 44.
8.
Just a couple of pots and Steve regains his 1 frame advantage.
Thank you. 9. 16. 17. 19.
Quick glance at the scoreboard. He's, well, another glance at it, but he's fairly safe. I don't think Paul will come back to the table. That's why Steve had to go at the double.
20 in the frame. Steve Davis.
Paul Hunter stays in his seat. It was the earlier break of 50 that helped Steve Davis on his way to regaining that 1 frame advantage. He's back in front at 4-3. He's got the other red into the middle pocket if it doesn't, but I'm nearly certain the red will be available.
8.
Yeah, you get a bust through there, wouldn't you?
9.
Over the years, Paul Hunter has played some of his best snooker from behind. I remember against
16.
Fergal O'Brien in the final a few years ago where he was well behind. I think it was 6-2 behind at one time and eventually won the match. Against O'Sullivan has been 6-2 behind and won. A lot of best of 9 matches Paul used to start slowly, but today the difference between starting slowly and playing badly, that's for me the key, because he's playing badly today. If this is dead straight, it could be end of break because he can't force an angle to get in behind the only loose red. The loose red to the right of the pink there. He's got an angle, so he's okay. Just not happening, is it? Or is there one in the middle? Is there a gap?
32.
He didn't quite get the fizz on that last shot. He didn't get the screw where the white carried on spinning. It just sort of stayed there. Just have a look at this. There's it now, and then just didn't quite come back. It's on, Willie. What a little bonus that is.
First bit of luck he's had, I think, in this match, and I think he needs a bit at the moment to get his confidence back. Amazingly enough, this is Paul Hunter's highest break so far. And that's a poor shot. The white should have been a lot further in the middle of the table than it is now. Just cannot
41.
get the ball under control. Didn't fancy him to pot that, Dennis.
Paul Hunter,
under any
41.
circumstances there.
Well, how hard did he hit it? Didn't seem to have to hit it that hard. I think it was almost fluked it in the opposite corner. At least the white's gone near a cushion and it hasn't left a sitter for Steve Davis. In fact, I don't even know if there's a pot on.
Yes, he's been very lucky there, but in watching the black for the second time, I think he did get a bad contact. The black seemed to square up a little bit, and it's just lack of confidence. I think sometimes you can, like you rightly say, Dennis, why did he hit it so hard? I think he was just anxious.
I don't know what Steve was hoping all the reds would stay up this end. He's brought a couple up the table with him. It's been a strange old bit of snooker we're watching at present. But it seems to have something about this match. We're going to go to the deciding frame.
1.
Paul Hunter, 50 in front. 3 more reds and colours will level the match for the second time. He levelled at 3-all, so a chance to level at 4-all.
6.
Normally you would say he was a certainty to do it.
7. 13.
There's the difference. 67 remain. If he doesn't win
14.
this frame, he'll eat his bandana.
$20. 21.
Frame safely in the pocket now, so I think this is key here for Paul Hunter to try and clear at this visit, just to get his cueing arm going, because quite obviously it's not going at the moment.
27. 28. 34. 34.
Well, Steve Davis concedes. Paul Hunter with breaks of 41 and 34. The 41 is highest in the match so far. Has now levelled at 4 frames all. There goes the white, swinging it round the cushions. The red's going over the corner. How's the white doing? Absolutely brilliant. Very well played.
That is the shot of the match so far, and that is the sort of shot that Steve Davis has played against so many opponents down the years. He's waving a white flag there. He, more than anyone, can appreciate this fantastic shot.
Foul.
No. Is the black going to come to the rescue? Is he going to have to play it again? Or can Paul see enough of the red?
Well, I'm surprised there's no miss been called. I mean, OK, he should pot the red, but you know, it could have been left a little easier than this.
You finish on the blue here as well.
1.
Oh, it's gone too far. He's on the brown, but the blue's in the way now. So to get back up to the reds, he'd have to screw this and use the blue to come back up the table, and not absolutely guaranteed. He wanted to drop on the blue there.
I think there's a bit of value in playing the yellow, Dennis. Play it slow into the top corner. If you miss it, you're covering the yellow with the red with the pocket, and you're on the long red if it goes in.
I think if he hits the blue correctly, the white will come back. Where he's cueing, the white should just spin back just past where the head of the rest is, if he gets enough screw on this. and it should come back up, and the red's in the middle of the table, so a good chance of finishing on one here, but he's got to get plenty of screw on it.
Maybe being a little bit worried if he screws back he might kiss the yellow with the white, and I agree with you, Dennis, it looks on, but he's not, as you rightly say, guaranteed to get onto the red. Just about, I think, as good as he could have hoped for.
5.
Red colour, red would be enough.
Six.
What's the difference? 15, 21. Now he's going to need the black with the last red. He's played that well, though. And having said that,
12.
he could have finished straight. I think he can screw back and out onto the black. You've got the perfect picture to watch the white spin back here. Well, he didn't risk all there.
13.
So it's a more tricky black. Looking at the scoreboard, he has to knock this in.
If he plays it the weight just to the black to drop in, he'll snooker himself behind the pink here for the yellow, but he's going to have to take it on.
No.
Paul Hunter, 13.
And it's a half chance for Steve Davis. He played the correct shot. The other shot was to roll tight up behind the blue, and if Steve didn't get out of the snooker. Mind, just looking at it, if he didn't get out of the snooker, he'd only been 26 in front, so he had to really take the black on to clinch the frame.
Well, he hasn't potted a long one virtually all day, but I don't know why. I fancy him to knock this in.
Okay. Well, you have to change your name to Mystic Willie.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? When you've been given a lifeline from nowhere, this has been a lifeline, this is probably the only frame in the match that Steve Davis shouldn't have won. All the others, he's had them in control, really.
5.
And what a steal this would be. How's the pace on the cue ball? It's perfect.
9.
Very rarely does Steve Davis show much emotion when winning a frame. We may see a little clenched fist here if he pinches this one.
14.
Oh, we got a bit of a heavy contact. He wanted to be dead straight on the pink, and he just pots the pink, leaves the white with the pink. It's a sitter of a black. Now, I think he can drop the pink in and avoid the black, the cannon onto it, and leave it on.
$20.
He's pretty reliable with the rest. What a steal this is. Paul Hunter looked odds on at going into the lead, but he had to sit there and watch Steve Davis nick the frame.
One.
Yes, that's a little gem, and what a good chance.
Well, he had half a chance from 50 behind to close the match out 6-4. This is another half chance. You can see the next 3 reds and 3 colours, then there's a bit of work to do.
6.
Yeah, just looking at the way the bunch is, he won't be able to go hard into them in a few shots' time, but I don't think he'll have to. Just a nice little delicate cannon will be able to open things up. In the meantime, Jan Verhaas has got a little bit of tricky spotting of the pink to do, but just look at that hand, steady as a rock. Got to go as close as possible without touching that red.
12.
In a direct line with the black spot.
Yes, the two reds just above the black spot area are no problem to play from the black and kiss into them, but he's looking to go up for the blue off this red.
Oh, he underhit it. It's just the right side of the blue. He can't go into the reds, but he can play for the one on its own. I think the previous shot he would have liked to have been further down the table and on the blue in such a way that he could have gone into the bunch, but he couldn't do that with the angle he had.
Actually, that wasn't a great shot, was it, that Steve played there? He's left himself the angle on the blue, where he's going to, sorry, on the red, where he's going to have to play with a little bit of side to get nicely on the black. I think playing ball, he'll finish very close to the black.
19.
Yeah, as I say, a delicate little cannon here. The two reds are together. The left of the reds, if he just nudges that slightly out of the way, he'll open the other one up. And this next shot is key, because he's going to have to play 26. This with a lot of pace. He's going into the reds. I think he can push it through and open a few more. Well, he could do it
27.
Gently.
And that appears to have brought into play two more reds into the same pocket that is playing the black. He took the risk on going into them. Has he been lucky? I think so. This is a chance to win frame and match now.
34.
Well, he's looking very determined, and isn't he moving around the table very quickly?
Thanks. 35.
And what a win this would be for Steve Davis. Okay, he's got quite a few to pot yet, but he's in the driving seat. Paul Hunter has struggled throughout the match, and from 3-1 down he battled his way back, and
42.
When he went 5-4 in front, he was looking good, but things are not looking good at the moment for the Yorkshireman.
Yeah, Steve has now got the reds in a position where he doesn't really have to go into them again. It's just a case of playing good position now for the remaining 4 or 5 reds that he needs with colours to
43.
Take frame and match.
$51.
Yeah, it looked for a moment there as if that was a heavy contact and the red was going to straighten up. $58. What a time to produce a break like this. Looks as if he's going to have to play a little cannon here when potting the red. believe it? Can you believe
Steve
that?
Davis, 58.
That was a sitter of a pot he's missed there, Willie.
Quiet now,
I
please.
think we talked about right at the opening of the match that sometimes Steve Davis' alignment is not right. He got down there for the first time carelessly and just expected to pot it.
1.
Oh, goodness me, Paul Hunter, if you get out of this. Steve can only look on and just hope that it's not going to cost him the match, that miss.
It was such an easy pot, but okay, he was canning the reds, but you've got to make sure you knock the simple pot in.
Eight.
I mean, you don't get them any easier than the one he missed.
Yes, it wasn't as if the cannon was difficult then, was he? He was just steering off the edge of them, bound to be on blue or bought colour, or didn't have to worry about anything. I think he just got excited. You know, the winning post had arrived.
Incredible. I mean, Steve Davis could have turned the cue around the other way and knocked this one in with the butt end.
17.
Well, it's unlikely that he would clear from here with the red being on the side cushion, but what he will do is get right back into this frame.
22.
I don't know whether the red below the pink will pot, Dennis. Do you think you can get on that one?
No, I think it's covered. The pink is so close to it. He's just had a quick look previously, and it doesn't pot, I don't think. So he'd have to play the cannon
23.
into the red. Okay, he's got a choice here of reds that he can cannon into. He could even cannon the one that's near the cushion, and that might be the choice.
Well, why didn't he play it, Dennis? I can't. If he had that angle like he has there, a little bit harder, would have threw the white high,
30.
would have kissed the red. He'd refused a chance there to bring it out. But nice angle on the next black. We'll have a chance of moving that one away from the pink. I don't know how these last
31.
two shots have gone in, Dennis, do you?
There's a bit of pressure out there. He's been wobbling the balls in the jaws of the pockets. Look at that one. Dear me. Not a good angle, but he can still get on that red. No. Oh, he's played it well. What a shot. I thought he was going to slip past, and
38.
I thought for a moment there, Willie, there might have been an angle to pot this and move the last red, but there's not. But he can do it off the black. Key shot coming up.
39.
This could open the door for Paul Hunter to get out of jail and nick this match if he gets the cannon.
I fancy the cannon, but it's unlikely he'll knock it on the pocket. Oh, how do you like to play these for your life?
46.
I think he has to take it on, and I think he'd be reluctant to roll it in because it can stay over the pocket. I think he'll screw back for one of the bought colours. Well, it looks like he's rolling it. Refuse the pot, I don't believe it. I'm not saying it's the wrong shot, it's probably the right
46.
shot, but he's got right back into it. Amazing. What a frame of snooker this has been.
Well, Steve's got to just come off the side cushion and hope for the best, and hope that he can knock the red safe. This can go anywhere. If he rolls it, he might leave it safe, but even then he could push it on here. He'll settle for that. Very well played. A half ball contact would have left the red on for the corner, but
Not many players would have played it slow, Dennis. Because if he'd have kissed it any other way than he has, he would have left an easy safety shot on for Paul. As it happens, it's gone in the best possible place. He'd like to just stun it and leave the white where the red is, but missing the cannon on the brown with the red is tough. He's played this too hard. This is potable. This is potable, I'm sure.
Well, in that sort of situation, it's always key you get the object ball safe. Never mind the cue ball. You must keep the red safe in that instance. But what a test of cueing this is. Tight on the cushion. Where's the red? Where's the red? Well, well, well. What a fluke. It's still a tricky little yellow.
Well, that was such lack of confidence from Steve playing the pot at that pace, and to have fluked it like that, well, incredible.
Well, he'll breathe a little bit easier now. Oh, has he hit it hard enough?
5.
He needs the green and the brown. He's okay. They've played 8 times. Paul Hunter has won 7 of them. And when he led 5-4, it looked like the match was his. So this is a great performance from Steve Davis.
Well,
very popular with this crowd. And this win will mean so much to Steve. To beat one of the top players in the
17.
game here at the Wembley Conference Centre. Paul didn't really play well today. And as a sport he is, a nice big smile, he shakes Steve Davis's hand. A terrific result for the 7 times former world champion. He looks absolutely delighted, and he's won the deciding frame and puts himself into the quarter-final. Well done, both players.
Well, what an absolute thriller to start the Masters here. This is 6 frames to 5, an absolute thriller, as I mentioned. Here's the victor, Steve Davis. What was that like?
Oh, it was nerve-wracking, I tell you. He kept coming back. He's so gritty, Paul. I mean, after a rotten start, well, I fluked it in the end, but I mean, I still held myself together at the pot of the colours.